Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to do a Chanel mini bag comparison between the WOC style, the classic mini, and the more kind of vintage style mini handbag. This is my WOC, this is my classic mini, and this is one of the latest additions to my collection that I consider to be closer to like a vintage mini size. So this is what I am kind of referencing when I say like a vintage mini style. So these are the three different styles that I want to compare. I will be comparing what fits inside, some notable design differences, and ease of use across the different styles. So I hope this helps you figure out which style and which size might be best for you. This is already the third time I'm trying to film this video on a third different day. So if I seem a little out of it, it's probably because I feel like I've already told you all of this before, but none of you have actually seen any of that footage. So just bear with me. I will start with an overview of each of the styles. So this is my Chanel WOC. This is in the Reissue style. It has like the rainbow oil slick kind of hardware on it. It has a long chain strap that is not detachable. There is a slip pocket in the front, a zipper pocket right here, another slip pocket right behind it, and then you'll see that there are the card slots in the back here. There is this kind of fake pocket, it's just a zipper, and there is a pocket on the back. This is the size of the classic Chanel WOC as well, the one that it just has the CC logo, so that's why I wanted to compare it to this WOC. The classic mini that I have is this one right here. This one happens to be a So Black with Chevron quilting, but it is the same size as the classic Chanel mini flap with the diamond quilting and whatever hardware it will come with. So this is a single flap. It has the long crossbody strap that's not detachable. It's pretty much just an open compartment on the inside. You'll see there's a slip pocket. You see a little bit of blue there. So there's a slip pocket and a zipper pocket. But other than that, it's just an open compartment in the middle. There is a pocket in the back. This is the newest addition to my collection. If you haven't watched the unboxing video, I will link it above because there's more detail to this piece. This is a seasonal piece, but I do feel like the size is very similar to the vintage mini styles you can find on the pre-loved market. So I did want to do the comparison with this size so you can see everything that fits inside. As you can see, it's a fully embellished piece with a tiny little sequins, and there is a slight gradation going from like a more silvery color at the top to the more darker kind of black sparkle towards the bottom. This is also a single flap style. It is a leather flap, but a satin sort of body down here. This just has a zipper pocket in the back, and it's just an open compartment. These straps are a little bit different. I mean, they're not detachable either, but the straps can pull out to be a crossbody length, and they can double up to be a shoulder length. I will put the dimensions of all of these bags with their strap drop on the screen right now so you can see a comparison and can measure, and you can kind of approximate the size at home. But just visually speaking, this is what I'm calling like the vintage style, and this is the classic. You can see visually they're pretty much very similar lengthwise at the bottom here, but you'll see the vintage style is a bit taller. This looks more square-ish, and this one looks more rectangular-ish. From a depth perspective, the two of them are very similar. So it's mostly the additional capacity that comes in from the height. And just for easy kind of visual comparison between the classic mini and the WOC, you'll see, again, lengthwise, they're not too different. And the height is pretty similar, but the major difference will come in from the depth perspective. The mini is a lot wider than the WOC is. So that does make the difference when it comes to capacity and what fits inside. I think that segues really nicely into what fits inside. So I will start with the WOC again. Usually when I use the WOC, I actually don't use any of the pockets in the front. When I used to carry some cash, I used to put the cash in the zipper compartment and I would put my change in the slip compartment in the back, but I really rarely carry cash nowadays, so these pockets in the front are pretty much not in use. And when I use the WOC style, I will leverage the card slots in the back. You can fit a card holder like this inside, but I feel like it takes most of the capacity of the inside of the WOC, which is why I usually take my cards out of the card holder and I will put them directly into the card slots in this WOC. So assuming my cards are in there, just so you know, an iPhone 11, this is, yeah, the iPhone 11, so it's not like the max or the largest size. This fits comfortably inside your WOC, and if all you needed to carry were your phone and your cards and maybe some cash, this would close really easily. But usually I have my phone in my hand, in my jacket pocket or in my pants pocket or something, so that I can open up some space in here. So usually I'll have my cards. My makeup pouch is this Fendi little key pouch. This is a little bit too big and bulky to put inside here, so I'll usually take out the pieces that I need to carry, like my little lip balm, let's say, or my lip tint, and like eye drops, let's say. So I'll usually take those out individually, and then I will just kind of pop them in there. And then of course I would need my keys, so I would pop my keys inside as well. Now there's plenty of room really for additional things, and so depending on the day I might have some additional things I need to carry, but for the WOC, because it doesn't have like the most capacity, that's usually what I would carry on a day-to-day. The more rectangular WOCs don't fit. They're a bit more restrictive, I'd say. So I don't put too much in them when I carry them around with me. Moving on to the classic mini. This one definitely needs some sort of wallet, card holder, or something to house your card. I mean, you don't have to. If you really wanted to, I think you could slide them in the slip pocket in the back. If you wanted to open up the space so that there was no card wallet or anything in the inside, and you just wanted to slip a couple cards, you totally would be able to do that. You'd open up some more space. But I usually like to carry a card holder in this. I have two styles here that I wanted to share. One is more of like that really, really thin style, and then I also wanted to share this Kirigami style because it's a little bit puffier, and I wanted to show you the differences between the two. You'll see this Chanel pink one is a little bit taller, even though it is a lot thinner. So starting off with the kind of Kirigami card holder, this style you're able to put it in vertically as well as horizontally. Usually I will put it in vertically. I feel like it takes up a little bit less space that way. So I will put the card holder in on one side vertically. I will put my makeup pouch in there just to stick it inside, and you'll see how everything fits really comfortably. There is like a little pocket of space in front of the wallet, and that's where I would put my keys. So let me just slide them in there. Awesome. So that's pretty much everything. Like these days I tend to bring some sort of hand sanitizer with me, so I can bring that as well. Let me just pack that in there. Everything fits really comfortably. Nothing seems like it's pushing or anything like that. And the bag closes really comfortably as well. If I were to switch my wallet out from the LV Kirigami to a thinner style, this style I cannot actually put it in vertically. It will stick out too much on the top. Let me show you. So you see it sticks out and the flap can close, but I see that it's pushing on the top of the flap here, and I don't really want it to do that. So when I use this style of card wallet, I actually place it in horizontally. So I have to remaneuver some of my things. One moment. There we go. So I lay them kind of flat, And I'll slide the hand sanitizer in as well, and pretty much everything fits really comfortably. In this kind of layout, I can usually also then fit a pair of sunglasses that aren't too oversized, and kind of lay them on the top here, and then I can close my bag and have everything that I need for the day. So this also fits pretty much all of your essentials and a little bit more, I would say, because, you know, there's room for hand sanitizer, there's room for a full kind of small makeup pouch, and you can carry a pair of sunglasses and your card wallet as well. Last but not least, what fits inside this sparkly bag, and I'm like calling this like a vintage mini. For this style, because of the additional height, I do feel like it fits a little bit more. Most notably is that it will fit my mask case. This doesn't fit in any of the other styles that we looked at previously. This only really fits in this bag. This is the only sort of mini bag that's in my collection that really comfortably fits a mask case. I think my Constance will also fit it as well, but I haven't really tried. I mean, it won't fit in a mini, it won't fit in a WOC by any means. So that's why I like to carry this bag, because it will fit my mask case really easily. Or I will carry a larger handbag to make sure that this will fit inside. As you can see, it slides right in and it fits really comfortably in there, but it does take a good kind of proportion of the bag. So usually when I want to carry this, I will carry a thinner card wallet, which I can put in vertically. You'll see it hides all the way in there and you can't see it. So I feel really comfortable doing that. I will put my hand sanitizer in there. At this point right here, my makeup pouch will be a little too bulky to fit inside. So similar to the WOC, I'll take out the kind of crucial things that I need from there, which is usually my lip product and my eye drops. So I will I'll just kind of place those down inside the bag, and then I will add my keys as well. That's typically what I will carry when I carry the mask case in this particular style. But I do really like that about this size because of the additional height. I feel like you're able to carry a little bit more. Or if you're somebody who really likes to carry a full-size wallet, I think this size would be better at accommodating it. I still think a full-size wallet will take up too much space, so I recommend carrying a card wallet more than a full-size wallet. If you really must carry a full-size wallet and you want to carry a mini style, then look for something that has a little bit more height like this one, because it would much better accommodate your wallet. So I know some of you may not carry a mask case with you, so I emptied out my bag. I wanted to share what fits if you don't carry something kind of large and bulky like that. I will share with both types of card wallets as well. I'll start off with the thinner one. So we'll usually slip that in tall. And my makeup pouch in its full capacity, I will also slot it in. As you can see, it doesn't really accommodate it going in vertically. So I will have to kind of lay that one down, as you can see in here. But there is still plenty of room for other items. So I will put in my hand sanitizer on one side, my keys on another side. And there is still plenty of room on the top where I would probably drop a pair of sunglasses. And then you can close this back up. And then you can close this back up and it pretty much holds everything that you need. If you had, let's say, a thicker card wallet, or let's say you had like a key clay for your keys. I'm gonna pretend this is that. I don't have a key clay myself. Then in this instance, I have my card wallet and my makeup pouch in there. I will slide my key clay down in front of my card wallet, and then I can place my hand sanitizer and my keys on the top here, and then everything will close as well. So I think you get the picture of this size fitting a little bit more than the classic mini, and it is due to the fact that it is technically larger than the classic mini. There's more height up here. So that was everything that fits in each style, and now I want to highlight some notable design differences or features that are on each one of these bags. The first thing I wanted to mention was the actual strap. So the WOC styles have a pretty thin strap. These are a little bit thinner than what would be on your classic styles. Here's the classic mini, and I think you can already tell from the screen that this style has a thicker strap. So when it's put next to the WOC, you'll see the WOC strap is a lot thinner than the classic mini, and the strap width on the sparkly bag is actually the same as the strap width on the WOCs. So it is a little bit of a thinner style. I think that's particular for this like sparkly bag. If you look at some vintage bags, they may have thicker straps because I think all of the hardware that was used on vintage bags were bigger, a little bit thicker, and all of that. On the classic styles, the WOC will definitely have a thinner strap than the classic mini, in case that like bothers you for any reason. The strap drop on each of these bags is actually a little bit different. The classic WOC has the longest strap drop, then the classic mini is a couple centimeters shorter, and then this sparkly style is about a centimeter shorter than that. Personally, for me, I don't think any of that makes a dramatic difference on how it lays on my body. I find them all to be really comfortable and really fitting for the size of the bag, if that makes sense. So because the WOC is a bit smaller and it's more slim, even though it might fall a little bit lower on my body, maybe it hits my hip and slightly below, I don't think it looks awkward or anything like that because it is a pretty slim profile piece. The classic mini also hits my kind of hip area. For reference, I'm 5'6" and I carry most of my height in my legs. So I feel like this has a pretty good, like it falls in a pretty good spot on my body. And the same thing goes for the sparkly bag as well. So even though there's a few centimeter difference, I don't think it's big enough to make a huge difference on my frame. So that's also just a point of reference for you. You know, it's not like, you know, I feel like the sparkly one like comes all the way up here, you know, and I can't wear it crossbody. I can wear all of these crossbody. And I even wear these as a shoulder bag. So what I like to do is I'll fold over the strap once. You kind of make an X in the strap, and then I will loop over the flap. And if you close it up, then you can make your WOC style be more of a shoulder bag. And I think this is a really quick and easy way to dress up your WOC style. I do the same thing on the mini style as well. So I'll cross it over and I will loop it over the top flap, and voila. One thing to notice though, the difference in doing that same technique on these two styles, because the strap originally comes out from under the flap on the WOC style, you'll see that it kind of still looks like one strap and it looks pretty seamless on the WOC. The same technique on the mini, you will see a little bit of this separation because the strap originally comes through the grommet on the mini style, and when you fold it over the flap, there will be a piece that comes out from under the flap. I personally like this look. I think it adds another kind of interest, and because the bag is all black anyway, I think it allows you to play with some negative space. So I think that's a really pretty feature. It doesn't bother me, but for some people it might bother them. So I just wanted to make that call out. When it comes to this particular sparkly bag, this one actually is pretty unique because it has 4 grommets, and you'll see there are 2 here, 2 here. The other piece that makes it interesting is that the grommets are side by side and not front and back. The classic styles, starting from the small classic flap, will have 4 grommets as well, but they will usually be front and back. So there'll be 2 like this and 2 on the other side. But I like that this has 2 side by side. I feel like there are more vintage bags that have that kind of grommet placement, so I feel like this had that really heavy nod to the vintage styles. My vintage jumbo is like that as well. So you'll see similarly when you pull the straps up to be more of a shoulder bag, it will kind of leave that, make that kind of triangle shape to the straps. But I think it makes it prettier to then pull your straps up, because then it will lay at the top in the middle, versus when you do that on the classic flap styles, you either have to leave one side kind of towards the front or one side towards the back when you pull it up to be a crossbody style. But that's another kind of notable difference among these styles. The other one is the lack of a pocket on this one, but I think that's also particular to the fact that this is an embellished bag, so they probably didn't feel like it was necessary to really put a pocket here. I don't really use the back pocket for anything. If anything, it will be like if you get like a ticket or like a valet ticket, or you're waiting in line, you know, so you have your kind of numbered ticket, or if if I got a receipt and I needed to quickly put it away, like that's kind of what I would use that pocket for. But this pocket in the back like isn't a major feature for me. When it comes to ease of use for these styles, for me, I think they are pretty equal. All of them are pretty easy to get in and out of. All of them are a single flap, so there's no kind of major maneuvering or additional maneuvering that's required to open the bag, get your things out, or put your things back in and get on with your day. All of these can have a shoulder and crossbody option, which I think is really great if you need to be hands-free, and it's really like easy to do that. And they all kind of fit a similar amount of stuff from that aspect as well. Like I kind of gravitate towards them for similar uses and like think more about how I can like match them with my outfit. So it's not like there's no dramatic different ease of use where I'm like, oh, today because I'm going to be doing XYZ, like I shouldn't use this bag and I should use a different one. When I think about these three styles, there's nothing that really like comes to mind where it makes me make that kind of distinction. Usually it's, what am I wearing today? What do I think would look good with this outfit? Which I think says something about all of these styles. Net, which one do I recommend? I recommend a different one for a different person. If you're somebody who really is looking to have that classic Chanel look, but you don't necessarily want to pay, you know, the really scary price tags that are on like the medium, the jumbo sizes, and you want something that will be a little bit smaller, but it's still pretty iconic and it still has that classic silhouette. And you also don't want to look for a pre-loved piece. You really want to get it fresh from the boutique, you know, you want that experience, or maybe it's your first one and you really want to commemorate it that way. Then I really think the classic mini is the right one for you. I think that's what I would really recommend, because it has that classic silhouette, and specifically it's the rectangular mini. It has that classic silhouette. It will have all the classic features. You know, if you get the one that's like diamond quilting with the CC lock in whatever hardware color that you want, then like you'll totally have a classic bag. Plus you'll have the ease of use of it being just a single flap and not a double flap. You also won't have to spend as much as you would if you were trying to get, let's say, a jumbo or like a medium large. So I think the classic flap is good for you. There's the opinion also that the WOC could do that because the WOC is a little bit less than the classic mini, so that you could save money even further by getting a WOC. It has that classic look, but you don't have to pay as much. I would not recommend that personally, because I think most people will find the WOC to be a little too restrictive. Like you're going to feel like you have to do some sort of trade-off with the things that you normally carry on a daily basis in order for you to carry this. And so if you're going to feel that way, then I feel like you might not reach for this as much, and then this might not be as good a fit for you. I think this is great for someone who knows what kinds of use cases they want to use this for. Or it's the person who like normally only carries this and like their keys, right? Then you're able to put your cards in here, your keys in here, and then you're good to go. or you know you specifically want to use this for like walking the dog, going out for quick errands like to the grocery store, and then you also want to have this available to use for like evening and like kind of use it like a clutch, because I think this style works a little bit better. The WOC styles work a little bit better to kind of multitask as a clutch versus the classic mini. So if that's what you're looking for, then I think the classic WOC is better for you. If you're looking to fit the most that you can in a mini style, or you're somebody who carries a full-size wallet and you absolutely cannot see yourself carrying a card holder or something like that, then I think the more vintage style or the slightly taller mini style would work better for you. The caveat to that is that you likely have to search the pre-loved markets to be able to find one. The sizes of all of them might be a little bit different. There are some that are really micro that are vintage as well. So I'm not saying like, you know, any and all of them will work. You do want to check the dimensions, but your chance of finding something that is more of this kind of square shape would be higher, I think, if you looked through the vintage styles. This was pretty rare for me to find, and you know, like a really classic silhouette but slightly larger mini size. So I don't know if Chanel's planning on creating more in the future, but if you're in the market, I would recommend checking pre-loved sites and seeing the different styles they have there and looking through the mini and the small styles. I think that would be your best bet for finding something that's a similar size, that's able to fit your daily essentials without you feeling like you really have to compromise and do trade-offs when you go about your day. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to share. I went over what fits inside each style, the different features that they have, and the ease of use, and ultimately which one I would recommend to you guys. I don't think there's one clear winner that you absolutely, like, this is the only one, the rest of them are not worth your time. I think each of them have their own purpose, and each of them have their, like, I think each would fit for different types of personalities and styles as well. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new fashion-related videos every Sunday and Wednesday. So until next time, bye!